Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. What's good? What's popping? What's cracking, lacking? What's going on with all y'all people out there? What's going on with my peeps, my peoples? Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. We're going to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. Let's do this. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 11, episode 20. The season finale. It goes in, it goes down. I was like, I told y'all the ladies are ganging up and they are done with Nene. They are two through. They are done. And Nene unfollowed all the ladies except for Shamari and, Marlo. But she's been shading Marlo too, talking about Marlo. I didn't invite Marlo to the sit down with Cynthia because, she be speaking her mouth, running her mouth. I need somebody to totally understand. And then Nene had the nerve to bring Tanya to the sit down when she's been dissing and shitting on Tanya. So I guess they made up. But no, Tanya goes in on Nene at the reunion. Nene ain't got no friends. These ladies do not want to be a friend. They don't want to walk on eggshells anymore. They are not friends. They are not together. That's why Nene feels totally alone. They found their move to move in on Nene, and they done moved in on Nene. They're going to expose her on a reunion, allegedly coming after Portia and being on top of Portia and shit like that. That's going to be bad for business. But Greg came out in the streets. I was like, it was good to see Greg at Cynthia's party. Cynthia, she ain't choosing. But if Cynthia really had to choose who she wants to be her friend, it would be Kenya all day. Because I think Cynthia is getting some get back for all the shit that all the shit that she felt that Nene did to her. Basically saying she was boring, calling Peter a B word, shading her, especially with the friend contracts and all other types of stuff. How she been putting Cynthia in her place. And then on top of that, Cynthia, she blows by the wind. She'll change anyway. Even Kenya done cussed out Cynthia, but they made it through. But I think, Nene has hurt Cynthia the most, and Cynthia's getting her get back because she's popping now. She's been popping, but she's popping, and she's standing up to Nene and letting Nene know that, there's a new queen in town. Her name is Kenya Moore. I was like, shit. I don't know if I would trust Cynthia as my friend, but she's a good person to have in your corner. Like if, she don't got to pick sides and everybody's getting along. But other than that, if she got to pick sides, oh no. And I don't know if Cynthia truly forgives Nene for everything that she felt Nene did to her, leaving the show, the whole nine, saying that she was boring. So it is what it is with that situation. Marlo's here to win it. She don't care. She's ready to turn up and do her thing. But the ladies, they look fabulous. They look gorgeous. Tanya at the meeting looked good. Nene's clothes at her boutique, Fabulicious or so whatever, looks good. That's the stuff that she got going on looks good. And basically Eva got shaded too as well. They shade Eva talking about, she's trying to keep her money, and basically to dodge the rumor of her being broke, she's filling in at destination for Portia until Portia returns back to work. I was like, bravo, that was shady of y'all to say that about her. But it is what it is. I was just like, damn, this is how we doing it. But it was really good to see Greg. So let's get it started. Let's get it popping. Let's get it cracking, lacking, y'all. What's good? R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle, for real, for real. So here we go. We got when what's her name? Marlo walked into the boutique, Nene's boutique. That jacket she had on was Nene's. She's wearing her clothes and sporting, and she looked good into it as well. They shade, Eva, basically talking about Eva. What do you think about Eva and the party and all this other stuff? They was like, basically, Marlo was like, she's lying, she's broke, she ain't got no money, she's fronting. And then you have Nene talking about, well, it seems like it, but I'm not gonna say that because I don't know that for sure. I don't know the facts. It seems like a scheme. It seems like she lying. It don't make no sense for Eva to be moving from one place to another place, so her baby daddy won't know where she's located at, especially if she don't own any of the properties. Don't make no sense. That's a whole lot of money. And Marlo was like, she's full of shit, baby. She got it running down her legs. I really don't care if she's lying or not, because I know people gotta fake it till you make it. You gotta fake it till you make it. I've read plenty of books where they talk about these reality TV stars or how they put on until they can get to where they need to get. So it is what it is. So, but she flat out but lying on her ex, if he's actually stalking her and chasing her down and basically putting that out on TV, is kind of fugazi, especially she got the child at home and calling him a donor. I think Eve was fugazi for that because the child's going to see that. You know what I mean? And you putting the business all the way out on Front Street like that, just say he's an individual that I don't want to have anything to do with, and I have a protection order against him, and I won't speak on it. Because if you listen to Angela Simmons, when she was talking about her ex-fiance, she wouldn't speak negative about him. She wouldn't speak on him. She would just like leave it up in the air. She could have been classy about it, but she wasn't. And then when Marlo say Eva the diva will be begging, Eva the diva needs some money. She needs, we need to start a fund for Eva the diva. I was like, oh no, why you going at Eva like that? And so basically we get into Nene. She's in her feelings about Cynthia because Cynthia was kissing her ass. Cynthia was up her ass, but Cynthia flows with the wind. You know what I mean? She's just one of them people that, but basically she's getting better with sticking to her bones and sticking to what she believes in. And that's what she's been doing, sticking to, like, I ain't gonna get involved. It is what it is. You shade her, she shades you. I ain't getting in it. I ain't getting in the middle of it. Both of you guys are my friends. And, Kenya ain't never tried to get me off the show. Kenya ain't never called me boring. Kenya ain't never said I should be replaced. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is with that situation. And so, Nene feels a certain type of way. She wants, Cynthia to go confront, what's her name? Kenya. Kenya hasn't been on the show, and I'm talking about Kenya. And, Cynthia doesn't really want to do that. Cynthia just wants to mind her business. You guys go at it, because I don't think Kenya is putting the pressure to Cynthia to choose to pressure her who to be friends with, because I think they're genuinely friends and they respect each other. But Kenya can shade Cynthia in a quick minute. You know what I'm saying? So, and basically this is when, Marlo was like, well, how do you know she's never talked to Kenya and tried to tell her to stop it? Because I know she hasn't. And basically, Nene's bringing up a point where and last season and other seasons, when they was getting ready to shade or talk about Kenya, Cynthia didn't want no parts of it, and she removed herself and she got out the way. She wasn't trying to be around the bullshit. But Nene feels that Cynthia sits around and listens to what Kenya has to say and condone her tweets and all the other shit. So it is what it is. It's just basically one of these situations where when you're trying to be the middleman and one person wants you to choose and they're putting you up there to choose, and if you don't choose, that means that they ain't gonna be your friend. Well, then again, they shouldn't put you in that position to choose. Nene, you can fight your own battles. You're a big girl. Fight with Kenya. Cynthia has nothing to do with it. If you don't trust Cynthia that much, then don't trust her. But basically making her choose. But, she tried to ask you to sign a friendship contract. You could have put that in the contract, and then she would have chose you over Kenya. So basically, you messed up on that contract shit. You should have signed that friend contract that Cynthia was trying to give you, and basically determine where whoever violates the contract is wrong or whatever, and what is the guidelines of our friendship. Because basically, you're asking her to choose. Like, that's a weird situation. Somebody asks you to choose who you want to be friends with. Like, I ain't feeling that. But sometimes you're going to have to choose if they can't be at events together, or if it's real beef and they might fight with each other. One person is more hurt than the other person. Either they can get over it that you're friends with that person, or you're going to have to, let that person go. And so basically Nene has chose to leave Cynthia alone, to let her go, whatever. And she chose to let Cynthia go. She chose to let Tanya go. She chose to let Eva go. She chose to let Candy go. So basically, Nene kind of gave them an option, but she was like, you know what, I'm going to make the option for them. After the reunion show, they was coming for her. They want her to be replaced with some other faces on. It is what it is. That's how I feel about the situation. They tired of Nene, and they don't want her to be the head BIC anymore, and they want more money for their pockets and getting rid of, Nene that makes more money than all of them from the show, their pay from, Bravo or whatever, fizzing her out, and basically they don't have to walk on eggshells. But because you can't tell me that people wasn't walking on eggshells because of Nene's situation. Like, she's going through a crisis situation, and she's changing, she's emotional, she's having all types of problems, but you still got to move forward. You still got to treat people right. Just because you having a bad day, just because something happened to you, doesn't mean that everybody has to understand what's going on with you. They want the respect that they're giving to you, and you're not giving them respect, and you got an excuse why you're not. Usually when you don't give respect, you just shading them. But I feel for Nene, because I understand where she's coming from. She's on camera, she's dealing with illness. All the girls are flourishing, they're shining, they're having babies, they're in love, they're kissing, they're making out, they're making babies, they're moving in together, they're showing compassion and romance. And right now Nene doesn't have that because Greg had a colostomy bag. He's sick, he's ill, he can't move, she can't ride that, donkey, she can't get on that, she can't do none of that right now. You know what I'm saying? And then watching all this other stuff, even though she probably not mean to come off, mean or envious or jealous, but that's the way she comes off because of what she's going through. But people don't understand that she's trying to be strong, and everybody thinks that she's supposed to be strong or whatever. And then on top of that, all the girls are saying that she's not letting them in, and she's not letting them in because she feels like they're shady, and she might be right. Because she's about to get thrown under the bus for the reunion. She's on the hot seat. She's being fried like some sausage, like some biscuits. Especially these new sausages that they have by Beyond makes. OMG, them things are like delicious. There's no meat, no fat, none of that stuff. As vegetarian, as vegan, and it doesn't have estrogen in them or anything like that, so it's all good. So it is what it is with that situation. So then moving on from that, like they having their conversation, they're going in on it, and then we have Candy and Cynthia are talking about Eva, and Candy's basically saying Eva's trying to cover her tracks. What she was talking about, how she moves around from different properties to try to buy properties and stand from one property to the next, doesn't sound good to me. It sounds fugazi. And Cynthia agrees, and they have that conversation. And then Cynthia was like, yeah, I'm having my big winery open, Blase and the third. I want you girls to come. And basically she wants Kenya there, and she invited Kenya, but she don't believe that Kenya was going to show up. Kenya not show up. Kenya's been posting all year, before the show even aired, about what she's doing, and soon the first episode aired, Kenya was out here posting her baby and basically giving birth, and she was just shading the show, talking about the show. You think she wasn't going to show up to your party, Cynthia, that was going to be filmed on Bravo? Yeah, right. You knew she was coming. Candy knew she was coming. That was it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. They all knew that she was coming. Producers, the production, they knew she was coming. And if anything, Cynthia could have warned, Nene that, it's a possibility that Kenya might come because, she might come. But Cynthia said that she didn't want to warn her because then she might not show up. Then she don't show up. And it is what it is. So, we have that situation. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So Candy's going to make it happen. She's going to make sure that, Kenya comes through. She comes to the party, and Kenya does come through, and she looks good. She was all big, plump, and healthy. And Nene had the nerve to say, "What's she going to have, a buffalo? What is she having?" I was like, Nene, shade. And Nene was just shading Kenya. I was just like, I was like, So we move on to Portia's party. Portia is crying. Excuse me. Portia is crying. The baby shower is not looking like it's supposed to. It's not going down like it's supposed to. Things are not like it's supposed to be. She's crying. But you know who comes to her aid? It's Tanya. Tanya comes to her aid. And Cynthia. Cynthia looked fabulous. Tanya looked good. And Portia, I loved her blue and pink hair too as well. Even Eva the diva came through. So anyways, Portia's crying because she gets to her event and it's not like she wanted it to be. It's all messed up. The shit's falling apart. The people don't know where they're coming or going. The food ain't served. Shit ain't put together right. But at the end of the day, they get it right. But damn, she came there. And she's pregnant. She's emotional. Dennis started doing the Dennis thing. He didn't cuss, he didn't swear. He was saying like, yo, bro, this ain't right. This ain't how she wants it. Blah, and the third. It is what it is. So we have that situation. And then, Eva the diva, she comes through and she got these expensive flowers. And Shamari had to point out that these flowers are expensive and she's broke. Why is she coming through with the flowers? I was like, so Shamari, you believe the rumors that Eva the diva is broke, that she don't got no money? And why is she spending money? You counting her cheddar, you counting her chain, you throwing shade at her? Okay, Shamari, we see why Nene got you flocking next to her. But Eva came through, Cynthia looked fabulous. Tell me Cynthia didn't look fabulous. And also, this was wonderful for Mike to be able, Cynthia's boyfriend, to be around at the end of the episodes where it's most important gatherings, that he was there to support her and he had her back. It looked like they got a little something going on. He said he had to go check on his mama. I don't know if he left her a party, you know, when she had a little wine party or whatever, but it is what it is. And then Kenya and Dennis, they do the reveal of the baby, and it is a girl. It's a girl. It's a girl. It's a girl. And she's happy too. He's happy. They look good. I mean, Portia done went through a whole new level, and Portia done know the shadiness that's going on, but this is Portia time to shine, and she got people behind her, because Portia was one of the most hated, just like Kenya was one of the most hated. But people are the people that are on the show, the housewives, they're gravitating towards, you know, Kenya. Even Candy's throwing her little 1-2 with Kenya. Portia and Kenya, you know, going under the pole together, being cool, being pregnant at the same time. It is what it is. But you wait till Kenya Moore gets back in the building. You see. And so then we got Cynthia's party. Cynthia looked good, but Cynthia looked absolutely fabulous at, you know, Portia's party. Nene did not show up to Portia's party because Portia don't be showing up to her events or whatever, but Portia did show up to her last event. Portia just does not show up to Candy events, because the last time she went to Candy event, you know, Dennis's ex was there and she got kicked out the venue. So Nene, you're wrong for that. So that's why Portia is shimmering to the left, shimmering to the right. She ain't shimmering with you. So it is what it is. And so we got Cynthia and Mike. Mike is just cheesing. He was like, yo, this could be my second job on Housewives. Hey ho. He just cheesing. My baby's making some money. He's like, damn, Peter, you let this go? You let the bag go? Cynthia was like, I got the bag. I got a new man. And I ain't here for Nene shit. She ain't. I feel bad for Nene, because when it rains, it pours. She's going to do it with Greg. She ain't all around. She ain't all about it, rowdy. She's throwing her little, she's crying more than ever. Seems like she's trying to get sympathy, because I feel like Nene felt the storm coming. I think Nene felt that the tides were turning on her. You know, sometimes when you're on top, you got everything, you're doing good. You know that people want to take your spot. You know, people don't want to see you where you at. But also, if you haven't treated people right and did right by them, when you and they're right next to you, they gonna come clawing down. And that's what's happening to Nene right now. But Cynthia, you should have told her, because you already know how Nene is. You know, Cynthia had the nerve to say, I invited I invited Kenya because, you know, I thought that Nene would be able to get past it and not think about somebody else other than herself. And it's my event. You know damn well you was going to piss off Nene. Don't act like, if you didn't think you was going to piss off Nene, then you ain't her friend and you don't fucking know her. For real. Excuse my language, my piece. Here goes, you know, Eva. She's serving with the dress. She's serving with her husband, and she's serving to make sure nobody asks a question about her finance or what's going on. She was like, she left it over there at the OLG restaurant, the old lady gang, and she don't want to hear it now. Yes, I wouldn't want to hear it either. I already talked about it. I addressed it. And you know, Marlo's there, but why get mad at Marlo? Your bridesmaid, you need to bring her up on charges. The bridesmaid came through and told Marlo all of Eva the Diva's business. What a damn shame. What up, friends? How many of us have them? Friends. So we get, you know, Shamari and, you know, and her husband Ronnie, they matching, they're coordinating, they look good. I like her with this dark hair. I like her with the blonde hair too as well. She be serving, she be looking good, but she does get a drink. She does start drinking, but she's gonna have a 3-drink minimum later on. But she was drinking at Portia's party too as well. But she was like, I want to get out and have a good time. She's trying to have a good time. And it also seems that Ronnie's kind of embarrassed of Shamari. When he was like, oh, she said something about Nene, let's get under this. Let me get under you, Cynthia. Something, Cynthia, let's get this. Or whatever, but joking and playing around. And I think it kind of bothers Ronnie, because he knows his wife will definitely has been on the other side and had same sex with the same sex. You know, she had sex with the same sex. So he feels a certain type of, I think he gets embarrassed. And then we got Greg here, Greg looking good and everything, but you can tell he's a whole different Greg, but he looks good though. He looks good and he's happy. And he was like, I'm happy to be, I was like, it was so good to see you, Greg. And Greg was like, I'm happy to be seen. Like, he just want to get out the house too. He wants to be around. He wants to be out. He's just happy. Look at him smiling. To be around a lot of people that he's been around for years. And so we get, you know, Portia walks in with her man Dennis, her husband pretty soon. And then we have her best friend Shamia. She's here with her outfit. I don't know what she got on. You know what I mean? She's doing the utmost. But, you know, Portia was slaying in this outfit that she has on. She was slaying all day. She looked good. Shamia's trying to be keep the roots with the baby's father. So I don't know if she's Hawaiian, African. She's a teapot, a plant. I don't know what the hell she is. But she does look good. She came there dressed comfortable. Let me tell you, I bet you she's comfortable with shit in that outfit. Comfortable. And so then we have Portia. Portia's here slaying. You know, Shamari's just looking because Shamari knows something going on. She ain't getting toasted, but she knows something's going on. But she got a drink in her hand. And basically, that's just when Kenya is going to be arriving. And Nene's like, you know what? I had to come. I couldn't be shady or whatever. You couldn't miss your paycheck. You know, people will be talking about if you didn't come. I'm pretty sure Nene knew that Nene must had to know that she's been talking about Kenya. Her and Kenya been going back and forth in the media or whatever. She must have to know that there's going to be some shady shit popping or whatever. But she's acting surprised. She's been on these shows for too long to be acting surprised. And here comes Kenya Moore with, you know, Candy. Candy brings Kenya Moore. Like, and they tight. And, you know, Todd is there too. And they know what they was doing. They know that this was going to get at Nene. This was going to get at Nene. And they letting Bravo know that they want Kenya Moore back. They want her back, basically. The staff has spoken by bringing Kenya Moore on the season finale. They want her back. They want her in the picture. And Kenya Moore came there slaying. And they all knew it was going to get under Nene Leak's skin. You can't tell me they didn't know. This is a plot and a plan. And you got Cynthia and you got, you know, Candy acting like, oh, you're going to keep up with the original plan. Candy's like, I'm mic'd up. Yeah, the original plan is Candy's supposed to take the fall. Like Cynthia didn't know. Cynthia knew that she was coming through. She wanted to have them both there because she have all the ladies at her event at once. You get filmed, you get paid. People start talking about it and you become more of a commodity and need it more for the show. And they want to see if Cynthia is with the shits. And Cynthia has to be with the shits if she wants to keep her peach on this show because we see models with the shits. But we already know models with the shits. So she's there. Everybody's smiling and cheesing. They all know they're getting under Nene Leak's skin. And then on top of that, Candy actually witnessed or seen what went down in the closet with Portia. And she can speak and be a voice too as well. So shit is getting hard. Nene doesn't have nobody but Marlo. Marlo should have a peach. You should have been advertising and begging for Marlo to have a peach so you can have some protection. Shamari, right now she's cool with you, Nene. But when shit gets hard, she gonna roll with who she gonna roll with because she needs to be out the house and she needs to go to these functions and she needs to have a drink. And, you know, extra income because Ronnie can't keep, you know, going on stage doing these moves, you know, much longer. You know, maybe he could if he's healthy and he take care of himself, but that shit got to be draining on your body and leaving your family, being away from your family. And then Nene is looking at, you know, Marlo for Marlo. Now she wants Marlo there. She wants Marlo to act up and be rude towards, you know, Kenya or whatever. But then she can't invite her to a meeting. She was like, oh, look who's here. And Nene's sitting over there. Oh, the monster done came. The monster's here. The demon's here. And whatever. And tell me Marlo don't look good. Marlo is slaying. So is Shamari. And Nene looks good too as well. Her clothes, like, we gotta check out her boutique. Her boutique is popping. She got some fly shit. So we got all this going on, and basically Kenya is acting like she's not even bothered. And, you know, Nene is being petty. She's being childish. She's saying, oh, you look fabulous. You look gorgeous. You look this. You look that. But even though we do know that when Nene was not invited to Kenya Moore's, you know, baby shower, she was posting out tweets and everything like that, basically dragging and being sarcastic towards, Kenya Moore and everything like that. So now she sees her in the flesh. She's 8 months pregnant, and basically, oh, you look beautiful. Yeah, yeah. Basically trying to aggravate her and get on her nerves. And Kenya Moore was like, I'm not going to hear it. And it's like, damn, you're doing that to a woman that's 8 months pregnant. You already got people talking about that you done push Portia, snatch the belt off her waist, about to attack Portia and hurt her. I think it's internal pain that she's seeing with everybody glowing and being so happy and being in loving relationships, and she don't have that right now. She's struggling with Greg's help. She's struggling with the relationship, and she still got a lot of youth in her where she still want to, be like the other people that are around her, and she can't because her husband's sick and he's grouchy too as well, and he's mistreated. She feels like he's mistreating her too as well, allegedly. So anyways, it goes down. Nene, it was a bad look for you to be over there doing that to Kenya, but you know what, it is what it is. I guess it's good for TV, but it's not good for your image. But it is what it is. And then Nene gets even more ticked off and even more pissed when Kenya Moore shows up. And then on top of that, Cynthia has her on stage giving a speech. Cynthia said it wasn't something that was planned. Kenya Moore just came up there. This was all to aggravate Nene, in my opinion. Shit just don't happen on reality TV. The shit is planned. You know what I'm saying? And so Nene felt a certain type of way. And then Cynthia wanted to bring up, Greg, and she said Greg not to go. Greg did want to go. She could have been a bigger person, let it go. She let everybody know it got under her skin and she's bothered. Even Portia was like, I know she's bothered that her best friend didn't even tell her that her arch enemy was coming through. So, I know Nene's pissed. And I don't think Portia had anything to do with Kenya coming through, because Portia's really trying to stay out of the shadiness and the drama because she's pregnant and she's happy with Dennis. But I know she's going to be with the shits when she comes back next season. So we have that situation. And, Nene did not want Greg to go on stage at all, and he didn't go. Cynthia felt like, oh, man, why are you going to do that? But Cynthia didn't let it ruin her night. She stayed there and danced and had a good time. She turned up. And you can tell that she's over Nene. Cynthia is definitely over Nene. So we see what Shamari's doing. She's going to stay married for life. She's hosting events. What else is she doing? And she has a 3-drink minimum. So it is what it is. So she's doing good. Ronnie's going to be getting some coaching, some training for Shamari. I know he is. Portia's doing her thing. She welcomed the Hot Dog Princess and Blase the 3rd, March 22nd, 2019. And basically, they plan to make it official on New Year's Eve. It is what it is. And she's happy. And she's going to be getting married and doing her thing. So she's doing her thing. And then at the end of the night, when it was about to say goodbye, Kenya is hugging Candy. And she walked right past, Nene. Why would she say hi to Nene? And Nene's trying to make it a big deal. Okay, hi. And so then Candy's holding, Kenya to stop and say hello to her or whatever. And so she was like, hi, Greg. How you doing? Greg was like, hi, blah, blah, blah. And then, Kenya was like, I'm going to be praying for you. I always keep you in my prayers. God bless you. Nene said, thank you, Blase the 3rd. But she was totally going to walk away from her. And like, Nene, why do you want to say hi to her when you don't like her? And you feel like she's creating a fake beef and she's just starting drama to get back on the show. So why even try to get her to say hello just to get under her skin too? Because she got under her skin. Nene, if you're going to go all the way with being shady, you need to go all the way with being shady. But she is pregnant, so you can't do that. She's 8 months, but you was kind of being shady. You was kind of nitpicking. And today, this episode, we seen the old Nene come through a little bit. She was itching out. So, Kenya was definitely shading Nene and not going to say goodbye to her or anything. And, Greg can't really do nothing. He's trying to hold on to dear life. So he can't hug his baby and kiss and say, take your mind off it. Let's go dance. Let's go do this, because they're going to go home and, Nene's going to be crying, and Nene cried on Candy. I don't know why she cried on Candy when she know Candy's out to get her. Like, Nene, you acting very vulnerable. And when you're vulnerable and you're the top dog, people going to want to take your crown, baby. And that's what it seems like is going on. And we got Kenya. This is where Kenya was first just walking away. She wasn't going to say nothing. And, Candy made her turn back around and say goodbye to Nene. So Nene started crying. She's trying to get all that sympathy. She should have just focused on Greg and not focused on what was going on with the other girls and trying to get more sympathy that way, because they gonna come at her. And then Tanya's, all her friends are coming at her like it ain't nobody's business. Candy's doing everything that she's doing. She's keeping a show on the road. Cynthia denies. she declines to ever come back and do the dungeon again because she don't want to bring that freak out the closet anymore. It was way too much for her. And this is where they shade Eva. Eva continues to dodge rumors of financial ruin. She's bringing in coins from her new gig co-hosting Dish Nation until Portia arrives and Portia comes back to the show. So then we have the big meetup. We have Nene, we have, Tanya, we have Candy, we have Cynthia, and basically it doesn't go the way it's supposed to go. Cynthia then cower, she didn't back down. Basically she told Nene that she loves her, but basically she ain't gonna choose. And you play that internet game, that social media game with Kenya, and Kenya plays it with you too as well. I'm not getting in the middle of it. That's you two. I'm just not trying to do that. Like, don't try to put me in the middle. It's not my job. And she was like, I didn't know Kenya was coming. Like, it was a surprise to me. I did invite her. And then she was like, I didn't want to take the chance of inviting her, telling you that I invite her, because then they give you an opportunity to decline to come. And then Candy had her come. I didn't know she was coming. It was kept secret from me because Kenya didn't want anybody to know. And so Nene was like, you couldn't give me a heads up. And she was like, this is why I couldn't give you the heads up. But we saw the phone call between Cynthia and Candy, and Candy was like, I'm mic'd up. Candy was ready to take the fall for it. So Candy is playing behind the scenes, but Candy card just got shown that she wants Kenya more back ASAP. It just is what it is. So we have that situation, and she's not, and Cynthia's not backing down. And so Nene feels like, I wanted you to be my friend. I needed you to be here for me and everything like that. This lady's constantly talking about me, shading me and everything else. Like, how it hurts me. I want us to be friends. But it seems like you don't treat me like you treat, Kenya. You know what I'm saying? You act totally different when she's around. You put rules and regulations on all the ladies, if not to bring up Kenya Moore's name, but yet she can shade me. Do you check her? And Cynthia was like, no, I don't check her. Did I ever check you? When people wanted me to check you? So it is what it is. I feel bad for Nene because I knew, like, watching half of this shit, that they wasn't here for Nene. They was not here for her. They was not here at all for her. Not at all. Last year, they took their digs out on Kim. And now the reunion is going to be Nene getting lit up. It is going to be what it is. And so, Nene cries. She goes into the corner, cries, and come back or whatever. Basically, she sees that the rug is being pulled from underneath her. She feels like the doors are closing on her and people are turning their back on her and they don't want to deal with her. Even though she might help them and support them and make sure they got through the door and help them in their time of need, but she also stumped on them too as well at some point in times, whether they deserved it or not. Now this is everybody's get back at you, and she's in a vulnerable state. So it is what it is. I was just like, damn. This shit's crazy. I'm just like, damn, Nene is just feeling it. Like, she's getting it all. But Cynthia's a person that 1 minute she's with you, the next minute she ain't. That's just how she gets down. So we have this situation. Greg is getting better, so that's good. And Nene's keeping her wig glued down. And she's going to keep her closet door closed. They're going to get her at the reunion. It's just bad how they're going to get her. And she's going through it. And then, if you think about everyone saying, like, oh, Nene's treating Greg so bad, and that's why they're going to attack her at the reunion. They're going to attack her from all this other shit. And plus, Eva feels like Nene has something to do with, Marlo exposing her and basically talking about her around her, not telling her ASAP, and they're having a good conversation about her with Tanya there, that Eva has not forgiven her. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Peace and out. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. It's going down, babe. We had 3 pregnant ladies on the show. I was like, oh shit, all at once. Shamir, whatever her name is, and then you had Portia and you had Kenya, and Kenya and Portia was getting along. It's gonna be turn up season at the reunion, for real. For real. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. Peace and out. One love to all my peeps and my peoples.